the Armed Services Committee. Congressman, we just played Speaker Johnson saying he's working in good faith with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, but he's canceled votes. He's keeping the House out of session for another week. Practically speaking, what is getting done?
Well, as you just said it, Speaker Johnson canceled votes this week and last. The Republicans have full control. The House, the Senate, the White House, they put us in this shutdown, and they're afraid to even have members in Washington to get something done to reopen the government. It's important to point out here as well, he has refused to seat Representative-elect Grijalva, who would be the 218th vote to force a vote on the Epstein files. I think he's afraid of that. I think he's cowering in his job. Get the Republicans back to Washington, reopen the government. It's a simple message. He ought to be delivering it to his members.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries also spoke out yesterday on being targeted by President Trump in a series of memes since this government shutdown began. Take a listen.
Well, that behavior is outrageous, it's unhinged, it's unreasonable, and it speaks for itself. The American people deserve better than lies, than attacks, than deep fake videos, and the president spending all of his time on the golf course. We need serious leadership, and we will continue to make clear, Leader Schumer, myself, that we will sit down anytime, any place, with anyone to address this issue with the seriousness that it deserves.
He says the country needs serious leadership. Are you confident in how your leaders, Jeffries and Schumer, are handling this moment?
Well, look what you've seen from Hakeem Jeffries in the House. We've been very clear. There's a health care crisis Republicans caused with their big, beautiful bill and their cuts to Medicaid, and now their failure to do anything on these health care subsidies. Let's do something to fix this crisis. We are holding the line to bring down health care costs, and Republicans' answer to that, canceling votes and running away from their duty. I think it speaks for itself. And if we're going to go have a fight in the midterms next year about Republicans having no plan for health care and Democrats fighting like hard as we can to bring down costs, we're going to pound Republicans. We're going to win next year.
Speaker Johnson did point out that the health care subsidies don't expire until the end of the year, so there are a couple more months. Meantime, thousands of people are going to miss a paycheck on Friday if this shutdown drags on. Should Senate Democrats hold the line?
I think Senate Democrats should do their jobs, find some way to bring down health care costs, because as you say, yes, those premiums are coming in a couple months, but it's also open enrollment starting November 1st, which means notices are going out in many states. If you look at Penny, the Pennsylvania Exchange website, it already tells people who are looking to sign up soon, premiums are going to go up, and they're going to go up by a lot. In my district, a 60-year-old couple making around $80,000 around the average in my district. They're looking at $12,000 a year in extra premiums if nothing happens here to fix this. The Congress has to fix this, and Mike Johnson ought to get the Republicans back in Washington to get something done here.
You serve on the Armed Services Committee, as we mentioned, and over the weekend, as we started our show, we've been talking about the president attempting to federalize and send hundreds of National Guard troops to other states, to Oregon, to Illinois. How do you see this situation? Does Congress have an oversight role here?
We do, and one of the things that I think the Congress needs to do is to strengthen and update the Insurrection Act, which presidents can abuse. This president's, shown a willingness to deploy troops that I think is wildly dangerous. It's against our American traditions, and we ought to update the Insurrection Act to put more guardrails in place. I don't think you need to have a president who has almost unlimited power in some of these areas. We've got to constrain that power. That means the Congress has to act. And look, I'm on the Armed Services Committee, as you say. It is a dangerous thing for a president even to talk about deploying American troops and calling it a war against our own citizens on our own streets. It's dangerous stuff, and I hope my Republican colleagues understand this and start to grow a spine and speak up, because it's not just Democrats who are committed to the rule of law, what they're in my district, but I see Republican politicians willing to do nothing in Washington about it.
Democratic Congressman Chris Deluzio of Pennsylvania, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate the conversation. Up next, the high-stakes ceasefire talks happening in Egypt today between Israel and Gaza.